Well, I guess it's time to play Turbo Kart Racers. One of the interesting things that's sort of happened is that you see Lucer here in first with TKR main, and that's a whole interesting thing in itself because it all started because North, I guess, decided to do it. Oh, we got a back spammer. But so everyone just sort of just did it. Well, not everyone. I know me and Dyer certainly haven't. Okay, wow. This is just interesting. You know, one of the things about backspamming is the people aren't necessarily targeting, they just want their second place. And you can't, and that's kind of fair, you know? I don't. Oh good, this is good. Now I can get them. If you're not in first place, or if you're not in second place, there's really no reason to use your items on people. Alright, so this is Sean from the future, and while watching the footage back, I realized I contradicted myself 4 times, and I wanted to talk about I should have worded it better, but essentially here are my thoughts for item usage and such. So if you're in first and second, if you're fighting for first, essentially, I think you're free to use as many items as you want to make sure. So if you're in second, hitting first, or if you're in first, stopping second. But then when you're in third and fourth, ideally you don't hit the person ahead of you, because if you do, you stop them from being able to catch up to the person first, and you also slow yourself down, because the farther behind you are, the faster your cart actually goes. So why did I contradict myself? And the reason is because if the person ahead of you decides to backspam, then you're losing all of that. You're losing all of that advantage, and if they're not able to catch up to first, it's really no point in just getting spammed. So it's a case of trust, I guess. And so, if I knew for sure they were gonna go for first and not hit me, unless first is already finished and we're just fighting for second or third, then I'd probably not hit them. So that is my thoughts, and curious to hear yours. Another thing that I've been really happy to see is that there's been quite a few, Turbo Kart Racers videos. I've seen HR9 did one, and then Witty did one, and Otter's been doing them. And it's just been, and then there's a few, there's another person, there's a couple people that did some really nice shader videos, which is really cool. So one of the things that I found is when I came back to this game in December, and I played in the teams event, and I got the commanding last place finish, and that was not something I was expecting. What I realized is that people have really gotten good. And so I had to start playing a lot more and understanding, the new places to drift and all that good stuff. And so I've been practicing for, I don't know, past certainly a few weeks here in this case. Actually, yeah, because what I did is I had like a refurbished computer, and then it actually died after 2 weeks, so I had to wait around. And this time what I did is I upgraded the hard drive to be like brand new and, you know, something that would last instead of dying after 2 weeks. And so far I've had this for, I don't know, a month maybe, and so far it's been working good, and I'm hoping it'll keep working good. And I also upgraded the RAM because it was 8 gigabytes and now it's 16, and that was cool. So the reason why I even, you know, did the one-hand videos, because it was actually the only way I could play at the time. And what had happened is that somehow, like, I had bad posture playing the piano, so it was like my wrists were like curving upwards, which is, if you don't know, that's actually really bad for your wrists and your arms. So it's kind of obvious now. It wasn't at the time, and so I have much better posture and everything's better, and eventually I ended up going to the clinic, right? And so there's a whole story there. So basically, like, someone wanted to go before me, and it was really awkward because they had, I guess they were having some issues with their back, and so I was kind of just sitting there, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, well, they can go ahead, I don't care, it's not that big of a deal, I'm not in pain right now, you know, go get your back treated. But then, like, the nurse went, and then she was like, no, Sean, you go. And it just felt weird. I don't know. But what was worse than that was, so the doctor sent me over to, you know, a waiting room for an x-ray. And let me give you a word of advice. Do not sit underneath the TV. It's obvious now that I say it, but at the time I was like, well, there's no one here, so I'll just sit, you know, by the TV, sit under it, that's cool. And then, so this guy comes, and he starts talking about, like, there was some news about, I think, snow in Ontario, and I think he was saying, like, it was early or late or something, I don't remember, but either way, I was craning my neck backwards, trying to look at the screen, and then just sort of nodding my head, because I didn't know how early it was or wasn't. But it's just such a weird situation, and the thing is you don't know if people are looking at you, if they're looking at the TV, and so you're just sort of looking at them and nod. But I'm good now. But then there was another thing. So after I got the x-ray, and the nurse said, well, you can go back to the doctor, do you know how to do that? And for some reason I have a tendency of saying yes, even if I didn't understand what they said. And so what I did is I was like, yeah, sure, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out or something. And so I'm just walking around aimlessly, and it's just so weird. And then finally, like, someone spotted me. I was like, hey, are you looking for the doctor? It's like, yeah. And then, so I'm in the doctor's office, and he's like, well, you know, we looked at the x-ray, there's, like, nothing wrong, so, you know, try these arm exercises. But it was a whole ordeal. It was kind of funny, to be honest. Alright, so a funny thing happened while trying to finish this video. So on March 5th, I think it was, I tried to okay, so I did the first one, and I did pretty good. I think I talked about everything I pretty much wanted to talk about. But then unfortunately, like, the video was played back at like 1 frame per second or maybe 2. It was really awful. But the audio was pretty good. And then so I decided, well, I may as well redo it because, yeah, it's just... Okay, so then I redid everything. It was like 40 minutes, and then when I played it back, like, the audio is so bad for some reason. And, yeah, and so I'm doing this again, and so it was like that day I gave up because I didn't feel like dealing with that right then. But here we are, and so a lot of great things have happened. So the last clip that you saw was actually recorded on February the 4th, and it is now March 12th. So why did it take so long, you may ask? And I have no idea. But anyways, a good thing that's happened is actually these replays. So after I recorded on the 4th, Schmanuel, the guy in first tier, he actually bought me VIP, which is pretty awesome, and it meant I was able to view replays, and it definitely helped me, although I feel like I need to do more because I definitely lost some of my accuracy, maybe. But yeah, it's also been really nice having the green name, and also I discovered something that I never knew before. So if I type in my position, you can see I'm top 25 in laps completed, so that's yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, another thing that that I did for February is I used Discord light mode. Yeah, like it's bad. It just if they could do it well, like they could 100% do it well, you know. Oh no. Come on, go. No. No. Wait, no. How is he keeping up? Okay. Is he? How is he ahead of me? Okay. That was okay. Oh, so he used. Oh. Well. Okay. What was I saying? Okay, so for Discord light mode, the thing you have to understand is that, like, the contrasts are really bad. If you compare the contrast between light mode and dark mode, like, it's very obvious. Wait, is that Tetras? I don't think I've played them in a very long time. I'm actually having a hard time talking about the things I've planned out because this requires so much focus. Please. Yeah, he took time to type stuck. Maybe that will hit. Okay. Wait, how does he type stuck so fast? Does he have it? I feel like he... Does he have it copied to his clipboard? Because that's a smart thing to do, actually. Oh yeah, okay, so... so this is what I wanted to say, like... It's been really awesome, like, Kart started streaming TKR, which is always cool to see more people doing that, and always fun, and definitely enabled me to take part in the TKR main only event. Actually, yeah, Jelter did get really good, I think. Oh. unlucky. So if Schmanuel has a green, that means I'm going to get hit by it. Like, that's what it means. Wait, does he have a green? Or is that just his arm? Because I think his arm makes it look like he has a green. Okay, I should back off for a second so that they can use the red. Please use it! Yes! Okay. This is teamwork. Because if I stay too close, then obviously I end up... No, don't hit the wall. Okay, that's actually clever, like showing that you have, like a red missile so that the person in third can, like, back up. Because I'd say me and Jelter are around similar strength, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Okay, definitely not, actually. I take back everything I just said. So yeah, actually, speedrun.com, it's completely different from the last time I did the video. So now it's just Schmanuel and Otter, pretty much, which is kind of funny. It was a sad day when Otter took my 207 with one hand, that I'd done with one hand, but... You know, I went in knowing that, you know, that kind of record just couldn't last forever. Okay, yeah, Jelter's really good. Oh yeah, so another thing that happened... Oh, wow. Good start. I eventually also ended up getting 1,000 golds. And so the story behind 1,000 golds is kind of interesting. So, it was right after, it was after the March, like, TKR competition thingy. I think, yeah, it was driftless, or no, it was drifts, blah, blah. It was items with drifts, which is awful to say, but it was really fun nonetheless. And so after that, I just sort of stayed in BC with a couple of people who also stayed. I think Ray was there, Amp was there, Schmanuel was there, and it was just fun. So I kept playing. I was at 998 golds, and then I accidentally got, and I say accidentally because I think, I don't remember, like I was trying to, I don't know actually why I didn't want it then, but either way, I accidentally got another gold because I got distracted, and then Schmanuel was there, so he was listening in, so he decided to join in, but he came in as Nick, so I didn't know it was him right away, but then I found out pretty quickly. And then, let's see, so what ended up happening, this is really funny, is it was lap 3, and I was confident that he was going to win, so I didn't need to worry, because I saw his name was, like, you know, in first place, and he was nowhere to seen, so I was just waiting for, you know, for the notification that he had won. But then what actually ended up happening instead is that as I was coming close to the finish line, I realized I couldn't see him anywhere, and so I didn't, like, it was just a moment of confusion, like had his cart gone invisible or something weird like that. And then like it switched and said that I was in the lead at the split second before I got first place, and so it was really funny, and actually I just, for some reason I couldn't stop laughing, but yeah. So that was actually how I got my 1000th win, which is kind of special. And actually it's similar to how I got my 800th win. So my 800th win will always be special because I was, okay, so basically I was struggling to win games because I was only playing with one hand. I was playing against Nyx and Kali, and so I think they must have, like, teamed up to, like, try and force me to get, like, one win, so I would or something, because I noticed they had been, like, okay, so for the start of my 800th win, I noticed, like, they were definitely letting me get far ahead at the start, and then so what ended up happening is they caught up and they passed me, but then they both tried to stop before the finish line, and then I didn't want to take a cheap win, like, or not a cheap one. I didn't want to take a win that I felt like I didn't deserve. So I was just sitting there at the finish line waiting for someone to get first so that I could, you know, claim second. And so then Nyx comes behind and uses the notched sword to force me into first. And that will always remain a special moment. And it's funny that I was even recording in the first place because it's just such a coincidence, so it's pretty cool. Okay, that's amazing. Bye. Alright, now I could use one right here, which is kind of mean. But he'd do the same for me. Okay, well, he definitely has a green, so he's just gonna use it. He's definitely gonna use it now. I shouldn't say that, because now I'm just going slow. Why is he so good with that? He's good at mental games. Stop. Don't slow me down too much, or you'll have to... Yeah! Amazing! Sometimes this game is just... What?! Okay, stop. You're kidding. How can you stay... A very strange thing happened on February the 14th. Wait, that Valentine's is February the 14th, isn't it? Either way, that doesn't matter. What matters is that it was on Valentine's Day. Stop hitting me! And so Otter sent this message here. And it was completely random, like it was completely out of the blue. I don't think he knew we had a cat at all. There was no reason to say it, and it was very random. Like no one was talking about cats that day, no one was talking about cat people that day. And he just says that out of the blue. And so, not even 2 minutes later, and it felt like a minute, it was probably a minute, Afia comes downstairs and says, you know, hey, there's kittens now because our cat gave birth. And it was just such a weird moment of coincidence. That is a new phrase. That's not good. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, this is good. Man? How did... He's just really good, isn't he? I think I've come to realize that now. Nope. No! Or actually, what if notched swords blocked everything around you for 1 second? And obviously they would still hit like the same way where like you'd have to, it wouldn't, if anyone got close to you during that 1 second, obviously it wouldn't count. It would only, you know, the hit would only count for that split moment that you actually used the sword. Alright, so apparently Schmanuel's in another Jungle Rush lobby right now, so I think this will be a good time to take a break for me, and we'll see what things, because I remember previous video I talked about 1,000 golds being my final goal for TKR, and now that I've reached it, you know, it's kind of strange, and 1,000 gold seems awfully small now. So I don't know, like I'll probably just play when I feel like it. I don't plan on getting masters or doing that. I just, you know, if there's events and stuff, I can be a part of that, but in the meantime, thanks for watching and take care. Actually, and then I'm hoping that Sleeve is actually really good about not backspamming. I mean, he will defend his first place, obviously. But like if I'm in 5th place and he's in 4th, he's not gonna hit me, which is definitely really nice. Yeah, it's laggy. He ended up getting me VIP, which is really awesome. Oh, I feel bad. He's gonna turn around. Wait, what? He's gonna do it eventually. What he's doing is... Wait, why is he... Oh, it's lag. That's amazing. Well, now that he's ahead of me, he can't be mad if I hit him. Oh! Alright, I'm sorry, Creeper. Happy Creeper. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. Oh! And... one of the things, that has been a downgrade, and will continue to be a downgrade, is the microphone. Because it is actually, I bought it 5 years ago because I wanted to make chess videos, and I mean, you can watch for yourself. They were very high quality.
Oh yeah, I gotta join. Oops, dropped a piece. Plain for everyone to see. Yes, check. Watch this. This is called Amazing Chess. That's checkmate. Yes! That is my first real win, I'd say.
Well, no. It was kind of nice when Joe, it was kind of nice when, okay. Oh, so we're actually in a game with Cool Dude now, just... Okay, stop. Alright, so I could just use this now. Yeah, I think he's definitely lagging, that's good. Very good. Wow, I'm so good at aiming today. See... TKR, stop doing this. There's a TKR... Okay. Also, before this video ends, you are seeing what happens when you do not clean your room, so go clean your room.